Sorry. Come on, Chris.
Okay, I'll follow that up. No problem.
Morning, guys. How are you? Sorry, my link wasn't working. How are we? G'day,
Good.
g'day, 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 g'day,
Good.
g'day, g'day. Alrighty. I was going to speak to Plusy today, but Plusy's bloody got another thing. So, Batesy, I'll talk to you, Batesy.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Gregory. How are you,
Mate, I'm very well. Thank you.
mate? We've talked about vendor management a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I thought about this morning, I was actually speaking to Andrew Stokes this morning. What we haven't really talked about is buyer management at this time, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, what are some of your thoughts on how to work with buyers in this current market?
Mate, you basically got to sleep with them. You got to be that close to them. It's ridiculous. You got to nurture them. You got to speak to them every day, especially if they're a hot buyer.
Yeah.
But the one thing I hate is talking to a buyer and not having something to offer them as well. You know, you got to try and the aim of speaking to the buyer is to book an appointment to show them a property.
Yep. Mr. Bates, you've just finally given me the segue after all of that.
No worries.
To go where I want to go. Market knowledge.
Yeah.
The only way you can really negotiate a buyer up in this current market is buyer knowledge. Market knowledge, sorry. Well, one, buyer knowledge. You need to know everything about the buyer, the way Greg said. You need to know everything about the buyer. You need to see what they've seen, what they've missed out on, what they're looking for, what their budget, all that sort of stuff. You need to know our stock. So you need to know what our team's got, don't you? Like, it's really important. But there's no way you want to be speaking to a buyer and then they say, oh, how about Brendan's freaking Bridge Street? And you don't know anything about it. In this market, you
look like a dickhead.
You look like an absolute dickhead. I agree. Because realistically, our vendors at the moment, they're starting to come down. But in this market, buyers start to get a little bit cheeky. But they still really want to buy, don't they, Greg? Yeah,
well, you just got to wave through the objections. The more objections they've got, someone told me many years ago that, you know, that they're signs, they're selling signs, buying signs. So, but also you got to think outside the square too.
It's their defense. It means there's no trust. You know what I mean? Like if I'm defensive or if I think an agent is full of crap or a true they smell of a salesperson, my walls go up in 2 seconds. Where I can say, oh, you know, Greg, what do you think I need to pay? Blah, blah, blah. 920. Well, mate, can you tell me why I need to pay 920? What's been sold in the area? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. All right, mate, I'm comfortable with that. But if I go, oh, I think I should pay 920, and you say, oh, well, mate, that's what it's worth. You need to be able to give real explanations, don't you?
Well, you do, and it also builds confidence to the buyer as well to make a substantial offer.
So everything we've listed, we need to know 3 or 4 really good things that are on the market around it, definitely. So we can talk about the property that it's competing against. We need to know the 3 to 4 sales. Some of the good sales are the ones that might have happened 6 months ago. And you can say, well, yeah, well, mate, 6 months ago, this was $1,050,000. Now, you might be able to buy it $950,000 today. Now, I'm not going to argue with you, mate. It could be worth $900,000 in a month or two. All right. And maybe it is, maybe it's not. But at the end of the day, you're buying $100,000 cheaper than what it was. And at the end of the day, this absolutely ticks all your boxes. And that's more important than whether you pay $910 or $930. Don't you agree, Greg?
Definitely. But the beautiful thing too is if you've shown them an ample amount of property and you built that rapport with them, the best thing as an agent, I reckon, is when they ask you, what should I offer on this property? You've got that trust.
Okay. All right. So I think we've done vendor management to death, and I'm sure when Fegan goes, he's going to talk about it again. I think you guys know that you need to be having hard conversations, make sure the market's not moving faster than your price reductions. Now we've just acknowledged that with buyers, we need unbelievable market knowledge. And when Greg started off, unbelievable rapport in this current market. And our buyers at the moment are like our vendors. in a different market. Would you agree with that, Greg?
Most definitely. I reckon they're the ones that you really need to spend a fair bit of time with at the moment. It's the buyers.
Cool. Greg, I want you to imagine you're in Little Collins Street in Melbourne, and you feel like Italian. You walk down the road. There's one restaurant with 20 people. You're starving, and there's one restaurant with nobody. Which one do you go into?
The one with 20 people.
So in this market, the skill set is to make it look like there's still people interested. Very, very, very bloody important. Now, Broads and I had a ball doing this last night. Broads, are you there?
Yeah, mate.
So, mate, we had 2 very weak buys last night. Is that fair to say?
Very weak. Yep.
Very weak. So really a one bidder auction.
Yep.
How much over reserve did we get?
25 grand.
25 grand over reserve with really one registration.
Yep.
Not a bad result, Broads. Not a bloody bad result.
You nailed it, mate.
Strategy out there, guys. Anyone using part-time auctioneers might want to think about it. Just saying. Just saying. Just a little plug. David Gray Auction Services coming to you live on a Thursday morning from Bar and B. All right, mate. So what was your concern? What did you say to me was probably not going to happen? So no one was going to what?
Whether
Open
we'd
it?
get a bid.
You didn't think we were going to get a bid, but you knew we had one strong buyer. Cool.
Yep.
Let's go through the auction. How'd it sound? Let's go. Let's do it live.
Would you take 1.4, Dave?
Mate, I would have thought we're doing to start somewhere around 1.5. You know what? I'll meet you in the middle. We'll go start with the seller bid at 1.45. That seller bid at 1,450,000 bit away. Now look to go 1.5. Won't take less than 1.5. Surely it's got to be worth 1.5. What happened then?
They were out.
All the others weren't even nowhere.com. What did we get from the strong bidder?
1.5 straight up.
1.5. We're on the market and selling. Guess what? We didn't fucking announce it, did we?
No.
Went inside to the vendor, said just stay there for a second, come back. Went back to the buyer. The vendor was really hoping for 1.55. No lies. They were hoping for 1.55. And Bro's got a $25,000 increase. That's fucking real estate in a difficult market, guys. Real life examine. That's the difference. That's why you guys need to be role playing, not just to sing Bro's tunes there, but that the energy I like. Oh, how much was I screaming, Bro's? Like in the auction, did it sound like I had about 20,000 fucking buyers?
Yeah, definitely. And it made her feel like she needed to do that. And when we went inside, we were sort of just like running over the top of each other. And yeah, it really worked well.
I think someone rang in Ballina with a noise complaint, didn't they?
Yeah, I thought it was the Gold Coast.
Cool. So the lesson of both those stories, are we making other buyers feel like there's other buyers? Are we making it interested? You know what I mean? Now, there's different lengths in how you can go to. Invite the neighbors in, talk to other people, make sure at the auctions, you got some people there. When in auctions at the moment, say to the vendor, I want you to get 3 groups of your friends there. Don't speak to them. Get them outside. It's all theater. That's what auctions are. I'm not saying do anything not honest. Don't do anything misleading. But it is a theater. It's a game. And you know what? When you're the buyer, it's also nice to think that you had to compete. It's nice to think there are other people there. Everyone feels much better. Yeah. Everyone feels much better. Anything else you got out of that last night, Broads?
I think the main thing for me was just keeping that urgency. There's just no hesitation. You just got to roll on and just, keep the momentum going. I probably let you down a little bit in not getting a few more people there. It was a bit scarce on the ground, but yeah, I was confident with that one person that was there. So yeah.
I mean, the hard thing is you're nervous to invite vendors and everything like that at the moment because you don't need it's going to sell. But look, I reckon what would have happened if we let that go last night. There was 2 things. We vendor bid 1.5, and then maybe we risked that buyer coming in or not. They were pretty hot, so I think they probably would have paid 1.5. Or maybe we let it open. And then maybe we got a vendor bid at 1.4, and then you would have taken half an hour to negotiate, maybe to get the 1.5. So you definitely wouldn't have got 1.525 without that strategy.
No. And we
But-
wouldn't have had vendor puppy dog eyes going, wow, 25 more. She was stoked.
Yeah, beautiful. Cool. So to finish off in that, make everything look like there's still people there. You know what I mean? If you've got hot buys and things like that. One actually thing to be really careful of now in this market, because buyers are negative, is having other buyers around other buyers. You know the hero that comes through. Oh, 920, you're great. The market's fucked. This, that, oh, that bedroom, rah, rah, rah. So, running two buyers at the same time in this market's dangerous, but booking one at 9.9 and then one at 9.20, and then, that stuff where they see the other ones get in the car and things like that. It's all important. So role play, get close with your buyers, unbelievable market knowledge, keep with your vendor management. Alison, let's finish her off. What did you get out of today?
I loved the 3 really good on market, 3 to 4 really good on market, 3 to 4 really good sales around. Make it look like people are still interested.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. All right. I reckon that's enough. Yeah. 13 minutes.
Yeah, that's enough.
That's enough. Some of you thought 13 minutes was already too much. Look at smiles. Oh, it's all just funny. It's all just funny. It's all just funny. I just come to work and smile for a living. You better be hungry when I get back to Port Macquarie tomorrow, Smiles. You better have something you've done. You better have achieved at least one thing this week. Otherwise, I will tackle you. That is a promise. All right, Zelly, you're looking pretty. To the rest of you, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. All right, guys. Cheers. Bye.